Dominik Mysterio to leave Liv Morgan and kick her out of the Judgment Day for her actions? After the latest episode of WWE Raw, Dominik Mysterio appears to be on the verge of receiving an opportunity for the Intercontinental Championship against Braun Breaker. This development stems from a backstage segment where Liv Morgan voiced her displeasure over Finn Balor's desire for another title match. Instead, Morgan insisted that Dominik deserved a chance to challenge Breaker, as he played a crucial role in securing a recent tag team victory. For those who missed it, Dominik and Balor teamed up to defeat Penta and Breaker in a tag team match. The victory came after Balor pinned Penta, ensuring their dominance in the contest. However, despite Balor securing the pinfall, Morgan firmly believes that Dirty Dom contributed significantly to the victory and should be rewarded with a title shot. Her assurance has now sparked speculation about potential tensions brewing within the Judgment Day. While Morgan's backing of Dominik is seemingly meant to elevate his status, it may have unintended consequences. There is growing speculation that Dominik could ultimately turn against Liv Morgan, leading to her being ousted from the Judgment Day. The reasoning behind this possible shift is that Dominik may start to perceive Morgan as a divisive influence, attempting to drive a wedge between him and Balor. Previous instances of tension between the two men have already been observed, and Morgan's latest move could intensify these issues. Balor, a seasoned veteran and former Universal Champion, is unlikely to take kindly to Morgan's interference in Judgment Day's affairs. Her open push for Dominik's title opportunity undermines Balor's own ambitions, potentially setting the stage for internal conflict. If Dominik chooses to align fully with Balor, it could signify a power shift within the Judgment Day, with Dom seizing control of the group. Such a move would allow him to regain Balor's trust and maintain the faction's dominance on Monday Night Raw. Moreover, should Dominik choose loyalty to Balor over Morgan, it could lead to a dramatic storyline where Morgan finds herself isolated. Given her current reign as Women's Tag Team Champion, such a scenario could push her into an underdog role, fighting against a faction she once influenced. WWE Creative could use this angle to elevate Morgan's character even further, turning her into a lone warrior battling against her former allies. The unfolding situation within the Judgment Day presents multiple intriguing possibilities. Dominik's next move will be crucial in determining the faction's future, and Morgan's role in this evolving drama adds another layer of unpredictability. If Dominik does indeed receive an Intercontinental Championship opportunity, it could be the catalyst for a major shift within the stable. Breaker, a dominant force in WWE, will not be an easy opponent, but Dominik's hunger for championship gold could push him to take drastic steps. As WWE heads toward WrestleMania 41, the developments within the Judgment Day will be something to keep a close eye on. Will Dominik embrace Liv Morgan's influence and pursue the Intercontinental Championship? Or will he choose to remain loyal to Finn Balor and remove Morgan from the equation? The next few weeks will provide clarity on this power struggle and determine the fate of WWE's most dominant faction on Raw. Finn Balor is growing concerns over Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio's association. The latest episode of Monday Night Raw left fans buzzing, not just because of the in-ring action, but also due to potential tensions brewing within the Judgment Day. One of the faction's key members, Finn Balor, recently appeared on Raw Recap with host Sam Roberts and Mega Morant, where he subtly hinted at his displeasure regarding the growing bond between Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio. During the segment, Balor discussed his impressive victory over Penta, but what caught fans' attention was his indirect reference to the current WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, Liv Morgan. When asked about his recent matches, Balor responded in a manner that eerily mirrored Morgan's confident yet somewhat defiant attitude. His tone and choice of words led many to speculate that he was taking a veiled jab at Morgan, possibly hinting at his growing frustration with her presence around Dominik Mysterio. Why Finn Balor might be unhappy. Finn Balor has long been a dominant force in the Judgment Day, often guiding its members and maintaining strong leadership alongside Damian Priest. One of his most reliable allies in the faction has been Dominik Mysterio, who has historically supported Balor's decisions without hesitation. In recent weeks, however, Mysterio's dynamic within the group has shifted, largely due to his increasing association with Liv Morgan. Dominik and Morgan's alliance has raised eyebrows, especially as Morgan has been growing closer to him both on and off the screen. The chemistry between them has not gone unnoticed, and it appears to be influencing Dominik's behavior. Previously, Mysterio was seen as someone who followed Baylor's lead without question, but now, with Morgan's involvement, there's a possibility that his priorities may be shifting. Liv Morgan's potential influence on Dominik Mysterio. One of the major concerns for Finn Balor could be the impact that Liv Morgan's presence has on Dominik Mysterio. Morgan is known for her rebellious and independent attitude, qualities that have helped her achieve great success in WWE. However, these same traits might pose a challenge to the Judgment Day's hierarchy. If Morgan continues to stay close to Dominik, there's a possibility that her influence could lead him to develop a more independent mindset, potentially weakening his loyalty to Balor. Over the past few weeks, Mysterio has been seen making decisions that weren't necessarily aligned with Balor's wishes, which might be a result of Morgan's growing impact on him. Is the Judgment Day at risk of internal conflict? The Judgment Day has thrived on unity, with each member playing their part in maintaining the faction's dominance. However, the current scenario suggests that this unity could be at risk. If Balor is feeling sidelined or sensing a shift in power dynamics within the group, tensions could escalate in the coming weeks. Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio's connection could introduce a new level of unpredictability within the Judgment Day. If Dominik starts making decisions influenced by Morgan rather than Balor, it could lead to friction within the faction. While it's unclear whether Balor will take direct action against this budding association, his recent comments on Raw Recap suggest that he is keeping a close eye on the situation. What's next for the Judgment Day? With WWE's ongoing storylines continuously evolving, it will be interesting to see how this dynamic unfolds. Will Finn Balor attempt to confront Dominik Mysterio about his growing bond with Liv Morgan? Could this lead to an internal struggle within the Judgment Day? Or will Dominik be forced to choose between his loyalty to Balor and his association with Morgan? One thing is certain. The Judgment Day's foundation may not be as stable as it once was, and the involvement of Liv Morgan add a new layer of intrigue to the faction's future. Whether this lead to a power shift within the group or simply a temporary phase remains to be seen. Either way, fans will undoubtedly be watching closely to see how Finn Balor. Could this lead to an internal struggle within the Judgment Day? Or will Dominik be forced to choose between his loyalty to Balor and his association with Morgan? One thing is certain. The Judgment Day's foundation may not be as stable as it once was, and the involvement of Liv Morgan add a new layer of intrigue to the faction's future. Whether this lead to a power shift within the group or simply a temporary phase remains to be seen. Either way, fans will undoubtedly be watching closely to see how Finn Balor.
If you love your father, then subscribe the channel, and those who love me show your love by liking and subscribing.